What's up? How's it going, everybody? I hope this is well. I have this weird feeling that I'm like forgetting something or not doing something. Thinking the last 10 minutes about what I'm forgetting or something's not right. So hopefully we go good. I think I'm gonna turn some lights up though. A little bit. Well, I hope everyone's well this fine Thursday evening. Yeah, we have a couple things scheduled or planned that I would like to talk about. Like always, we'll kind of wait for people to start trickling in here, and then we'll just start covering the topics that are in the title of this video. So that means that we have something that I'm probably the most excited about seeing the past couple weeks is this new Infamous product, their Pro DNA pad lineup. We're going to talk about the NXL, and then what else is on this list? 50 caliber First Strike. Those are the three things we're going to talk about. Move this right here. You guys can see that. Take a drink of water. Okay. So, let's first start off. We will cover the media view. And so let's just do this. We're going to talk, actually, let's go back to this view. So if anybody watched last week's live stream Thursday evening, you would have seen my predictions for the NXL. That's what I thought was going to happen. I had Dynasty in second place. I don't know why I said Dynasty first. We have Russian Legion, Dynasty, Revo, X Factor, and Impact. Three of those teams ended up going and playing on Sunday. One of those teams won. But what I find kind of funny about these prediction things is that it really doesn't matter who we predict, right? There's 7 or 8 teams that are going to be in the top 5 every time. So I find that kind of funny, right? It doesn't really even matter. So I predicted, or we got winners of San Antonio X Factor, AC Dallas, Houston Heat, Dynasty, and Russian Legion. And I don't know, I can't say we're surprised by that, right? I mean, those 5 are one of the top 7 teams, so they're probably going to be in that list. I just find it kind of funny. It also is weird to me that Impact is not doing very well. So Impact, 3 events in a row now, have gotten knocked out in the quarterfinals, right? They got second in Texas, and then a crazy match, or the second event, I'm sorry, they got knocked out in Texas, where they lost a crazy match 7-8 to Russian Legion. And then in Philly, they lost to Damage in the quarters. And then in Chicago, they lost to X Factor. And at least they're winning to the team that loses, right? When you get knocked out of a tournament or don't do well, it's always good to get knocked out or lose to the team that won the tournament. So you're like, well, at least we lost, but we lost to the best team in the tournament. So yeah, oh gosh. Yeah. So I don't know. Impact, they're just not doing that well. I find it weird. I think Impact's in 6th overall right now. They're 120 something points behind X Factor. So I think I did the quick calculation earlier, and I came to the conclusion that X Factor would have Impact would have to win, and X Factor would have to get 14th or less for them to lose that first place position to Impact. So in order for Impact to win the series title this year, yeah, everybody has to lose. So it's probably not going to happen this year for Impact, which I mean is good and bad, right? I find it 2 things, right? I think it's fun to watch these teams that just dominate. I think it's kind of fun, right? It's fun to see excellence in people doing really well. That's why we like to watch Tiger Woods or Michael Jordan or I don't know, someone else who's really good at something. So I like that. I like to see that excellence. But at the same time, I also like to see parity, right? I want to see, Revo win a tournament. I want to see Uprising do better. So I don't know. We're kind of torn in between this whole whether I want to see Impact do really good or not. So I don't know. Yeah. Someone said, "Geez." Let's ask this real quick. What are your thoughts on the end of the PC Katana versus ML Kings match. I did not watch it, so I don't know what's happening. Honestly, didn't. So let's talk about that. So I didn't really watch a lot of this. So we'll say this. I feel like for the past, like, forever, right? Like, I've been doing this paintball thing for so goddamn long. I feel that, like, I have to watch paintball. I feel that, like, as a part of this channel, I feel like I have to be updated and I have to watch it. And I felt like when I owned this store, I felt like I had to watch it because I somehow had to feel like I was a part of stuff or something. And it's like I have to watch it. I never, like, wanted to, right? I like watching pro paintball, but I just can't take the announcing. Like, it's just so boring. Like, I really wish that, like, the announcing was through the whole prelims like it was in the finals. I always really like the finals announcing, and when they have, like, Archie and Ryan Greenspan and Kyle Spica or Tim Montress or whoever it is up in that booth announcing and kind of, like, helping illustrate and articulate what is happening on the field, I really like that. And I think that that's missing from the webcast a lot of the time. So it's just hard to watch. Yeah, so I didn't really watch all that much. I watched some of the matches on Sunday, and some Friday and Saturday too, really. But Sunday I got home to watch the finals, and I was like, "Oh, we're watching the finals." And I put it on, and first thing I see is Archie doing like a interview with Lauren, and I'm like, "God damn, X Factor won!" So I, like, knew who won before I watched it, so that's not as exciting. So I watched a little bit of that. So I didn't really watch all that much, mainly just because, dude, it's just kind of boring. You know. And I don't know if that necessarily is a result of the layout or is paintball's fault or whatever. I think it's that I just don't want to listen to the people talking that are talking. Yeah. That's the main reason, like, I like the San Francisco Giants. There's a Giants hat right there. The San Francisco Baseball Giants. And I have listened to their announcers since I was a child. So they're part of it to me, right? Like, if they stopped announcing, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd watch baseball as much. So I think the announcing has a lot to do with it. At least a lot for the reason that I don't really watch. It's a lot of inside jokes and just rambly. Yeah, stuff that I don't get or jokes that are 20 years old that don't make any sense. Yep. Okay. Next up, what are we going to talk about? So this is some stuff that I really like. The infamous Pro DNA stuff. So Infamous gradually over the past, like, I don't know. Why is that pant not changing? There we go. Over the past, like, 3 to 4 months, past year, right, have, like, slowly been kind of releasing products. They released some pants a couple months ago. They had some gloves. And then now we're seeing their whole, like, compression line of undergarment padding for paintball. So these are their pants. They have hip pad, groin protection, and knee protection. So I think all those key areas are covered. And these sell for $125. So they're $5 more. 125. Am I getting prices mixed up? They're $120, $5 less than the carbon stuff. So they didn't release just pants. They also have elbow pads that are $50. So they're $5 less than the carbon ones as well. So all this stuff is going to be very similar to the carbon stuff. All compression fit, very paddy, not very paddy, we'll say very lightweight, with kind of minimal lightweight padding. So they're not huge elbow pad. It doesn't have huge knee pad. They're very lightweight knee pad, elbow pad, pant things. These are weird. I feel like these are a little awkward. I feel like these have hip protection and knee protection, no groin protection. I feel like the only reason I'm wearing slider shorts like this is for that nut protection. Yeah, so I don't know about these ones. I think that the pants make a lot more sense because they have that groin protection. And these are $100, so it's only $20 more for the pant version, which has those built-in genital protectors. They're also doing knee pads, just kind of basic knee pads, very reminiscent of the, like, Hydro pads or whatever that like AC Dallas are using. Just kind of a basic knee pad. These are $50. Yeah. And then those carbon ones are $55. So they're a little bit cheaper. So this stuff is very similar to all of that carbon paintball stuff. And I don't necessarily think that's bad. I think that I like that trend in like form-fitting, like better functional equipment. And I like it. I personally like that Infamous is kind of like taking control of their future and selling products so they can make money directly off them, rather than like relying on sponsors for money or whatever. So I like it that they're advertising themselves and trying to actually make their team into a brand and like make it cool so they can make money off it. There was a video that I made, golly, I think like a year and a half ago now. It was called like how to get paintball famous, or like how to make paintball superstars or something like that. And I talked all about those kind of things, about how we need these players to be more active on the internet and selling stuff and making things and just being more a part of that paintball community that they really are a part of. But some of the pro players don't really partake in. So I like it. I am very excited for Infamous. Just like I'm excited for Field 1 and Dynasty to try and make money and take control of their future and not rely on other people. So I'm all about it. I don't know how these Infamous pads are going to feel or what they're going to be like or anything, but we'll see. Hopefully I can get some soon. I know that I would like to try out all of them, really, and I'd like to see their pants as well. I kind of like those pants because they feel a little bit bigger up top. That's one problem that I have with a lot of these like slimmer fitting pants, is I got big legs and a small waist. So I put them on and they're like skin tight on my quad upper leg area. And I don't really like it. So anyway, who's got questions, or what you got? What are people talking about? I guess some couple other things we'll discuss here in a little bit. And I'm really tired today, so it's likely that we're going to try to end this before 7 o'clock. Not much before 7, maybe a little bit. Have you tried carbons? Yes and no. Like, I haven't played in all. Like, the question that like I got asked, I don't know, earlier about pants or something like that, and I was like, they're like, how many times have you played in them? And it's like, dude, to tell you the truth, I've never played in them. Like, it's not realistic for me to use all this stuff that I have to talk about. Because I feel like if I'm going to use it to give, like, a fair, like, use, you know? Like, I'd need to, like, the carbon pads, like, use them for months, right? Like, I'd want to play with them 10 times. So, in order for me to do that, I have to play paintball 10 times with just those carbon pads. I can't wear anything else. So I'd have to be playing paintball, like, every day to be able to use these products enough. So a lot of the time, I'd say my opinion on these things is from using a lot of other products, selling a lot of those products, repairing them, and dealing with warranty stuff, and like all kinds of information. So it's not necessarily always my first-hand experience, because that's just not realistic. It's like phone reviews or any of these things we're watching review-wise, right? It's just crazy to use them all. But I have used the carbon pants. Yeah, I've used those carbon pants. And I have that same issue with those. That like I just can't find them that fit right. Like I'm too long and skinny. Like they just don't work right. Like I find that the medium or smalls fit me right. And like the knee pad ends up being like up here, and like they just don't work right on me. So I don't know. We'll see. But I like the carbon stuff as well. I think all the carbon stuff's really good. It's all made super well. The new porting on the Infamous barrel is something I don't think anyone has tried yet. Yeah, we talked about Sir Sarge. I'm 6'3" and we're a large. Well, I'm 6'5", 178 pounds. So it's hard for me to find something that fits right. It's difficult. Yeah. Where did there was something that I saw really fast that, I don't know, distracted me for something. I don't know. What big announcements do you anticipate to be made at Cup? Dude, I honestly don't know. I would like to guess and say that we'll see a new gun from Dye. I think, I don't know. We've heard mixed things about that though, so I don't know. I think that there may be a new Dye gun, a low-end gun. I think that we'll see a new mask from GI. And those are the things that I would safely predict. Man, I thought we would see a new Vanquish by now. I mean, I thought we'd see a new Vanquish last year. So I would definitely like to see the new Vanquish, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen. I don't know. We will find out, though. World Cup. November 14th or 12th or something like that. So we got like 3 months, or 2 months, I should say, sorry. Yeah, that's true. The Field 1 Force will also be there. Yeah, I guess that's not like anticipation though, because they've kind of announced that. They said that they would be there November 6th and 10th. I was like, I was just guessing on the dates. I was like, I know it's like not the first weekend, so I don't know. Somewhere in there. Yeah, what else do we have to talk about? One thing that I'm kind of interested about is this First Strike 50 caliber. I think that, so First Strike have for a long time only offered 68 caliber paintballs, and in February at the Paintball Extravaganza, they were showing off some of those little babies, the 50 caliber First Strike. So when I first saw this, I was like, oh man, this could like change paintball. But then I was like, well, maybe a minute. Because it's likely that this First Strike 50 cal is going to shoot the same distance as just a regular paintball. So while it's way smaller and like you could put more in magazines and you can make the gun smaller, it's still going to go the same distance as a regular paintball. So I still feel like the guys who find First Strike interesting, like me, like I want to be a sniper, right? I think that the 68 caliber is still going to make more sense because it's still going to go further than that 50 caliber. But man, you put that in a pistol, like that GI Sports Menace, that thing would be really fun. A pistol, 50 cal? That'd be sweet. I think that I'm going to try and get some of that because here in October I want to build a sniper rifle to go play some woods ball. And I would like to try to snipe some people with a pistol. I think it'd be kind of cool. It'd be fun, maybe? I don't know. Who knows? But I am excited about that First Strike stuff. I think that 50 cal First Strike is very interesting. And I'm curious where, yeah, just where it goes. I don't see Low Impact Crowd being the same group who would you be using First Strike. Yeah, I know. Well, for sure not. Yeah, I mean, Low Impact is like, does it say Low Impact on here anywhere? No. Yeah, I mean, for sure. The First Strike, yeah, Low Impact, like for little kids and stuff. That stuff's still gonna, like, I don't know, hurt you when it hits you. Oh, that's true, Old Soul says. Does this bring 50 cal back into the discussion for countries like Germany with the Joule limits? Yeah, I don't know. That is very true. I don't know how they measure that, though. I don't know. So in Germany, they have a law that's like, it depends on how much force the paintball gun has. So like they measure how much force the gun has. So you shoot a 68 caliber ball and it hits something and they measure whatever force that is. I have no idea how much force that ball applies to whatever plate they're measuring with. But I don't know if that measures it as soon as the ball leaves the barrel, like, you know, or are they measuring it at distance? Because if they're measuring it like when the ball leaves the barrel, it should be the same. But because First Strike's maintaining that velocity a bit longer, if they're measuring at distance, the force would be a little bit higher. I think, yeah. And Thomas Jerry says 230 feet per second max in Germany. I think that sounds right. I think for 68 caliber ball. But with 50 cal, they can shoot like 3 something. 330 or 340. Really, that's one of the main reasons Planet Eclipse started to like investigate 50 caliber. They wanted people in Germany to be able to shoot 300 feet per second, because really at 230 feet per second at 68 caliber, and then like the 330 or whatever it is for 50 cal, that 50 cal ball actually goes further. It's kind of interesting, but no one shoots 230 in Germany. Everyone just shoots 300. No one follows the law. Oh, yeah. Do you think Inception Designs will come out with a new body anytime soon? I have no idea. Probably not. I don't foresee that. Yeah. I think that their Inception Design, when they first started like releasing cockers, there wasn't a lot of competition, right? They were one of the only companies that were actually making brand new like bodies and frames and pneumatics and stuff. And I think that now, I mean, dude, there's so many companies making bodies and stuff. So the competition is much higher. And I think Inception Design probably are not selling as many autocockers as they once did because of all that new competition. So it's unlikely that they're, I would say, gonna make a new gun. But they could, because of that competition, they could feel that pressure, right? They could be like, well, we got Shock Tech over here making stuff, we better make something cool so we can take their sales away. So it's possible. It's very possible. But I don't think so. Anyway, I did shoot this morning, or not really this morning, a couple hours ago. A video for the Virtue Breakout Gloves. They're over there on the ground, that's why I'm looking at them. They're cool. I think that we're used to seeing with a lot of these paintball gloves is that like, whatever, say HK comes out with the glove, it's really just one glove. But with Virtue, they came out with the Breakout Glove, and they're offering it in 3 different styles. They have like a full finger, like normal glove. They have like a half finger, like lighter weight tournament style, and then they have like this cool like half hand one that's got extra padding on it. I like it. They're pretty cool. And hopefully, I think Monday or Tuesday, we'll release that. I think Monday. Monday probably sounds like a good day. Mango Peach. What's Mango Peach? What are you people talking about? Natural Light Seltzer Kill Claws. I feel like this like chat is so slow. I feel like, yeah, it's so random in live streams. It's because I have not been as consistent, I think. So my goal in the future, and for this whole channel, we had like a mix-up in my life recently that we won't get into, but that mix-up has encouraged me to start kicking ass and not rely on anyone. So hopefully, we're gonna start doing this thing again. How many markers do I own? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4, 5, 6. 6 paintball guns. None of them are cool though. So, well, we have 170R. This is a random assortment. A 170R, a Tippmann A5, a Tippmann. I have more Tippmanns than anything. A Tippmann TIPX, an Empire Sniper, and I have an Ego 7. I think that's everything. Although I've only used the 170R. I've never used the TIPX. I've never used the A5. Never used the Sniper. Never used the Ego 7. I also have a DM9 as well that's been broken forever, that I've used once. Now it needs like 50 things. So, yeah, lots of paintball guns. All of them are real cheap though. I mean, that all adds up to be about $1,000 for this stuff. I think the Sniper's $200. The Ego's $200. That A5 is probably worth $80. The TIPX is probably $120. Yeah, so it's not like I'm like big balling with the cool paintball guns or anything like that. Alrighty. Here's the next conversation. Let's do it, Swanky. I'm not sure if you have previously discussed this, the LV2. Yep, probably once a week, at least once a week. While there is hope still, Jack has confirmed it isn't anticipated for some time. Thoughts? Yeah, and that's all I know. I know that at the time when the LV 1.5 came out, they were ready to like discontinue pop valve guns forever. So yeah, when the LV 1.5 came out, they had no idea it was going to be so popular. Everyone was just kind of like ready for something different that wasn't spool valve. And the 1.5 kind of took off. So I don't even think that they anticipated anything. Like, I don't think they had anything designed or ready or anything. I think right now they're probably designing stuff and like tweaking stuff and messing with things. But yeah, kind of like Jack said, I don't know. Maybe we'll see an LV3 in a year or something like that. I think that would be cool. What I would really like to see is more affordable paintball guns. So I don't want an LV2. I want like an LV 1.8. I don't know, something like that. It's like, or like, so we have the 170 M1. We had the 170R. How about we make like an E-Tech 250R or something? I don't know. That is a $600 or $700 LV. That's what I would really like. I would be very excited for that product. Hopefully they make it, but probably not. I would assume it's going to be high end. Yeah, solenoid, I don't buy that. I know I've heard them say that they aren't manufacturing 1.5s anymore because of the solenoid, that they're not able to buy that solenoid anymore. But like, I don't know. That might be why they're not making 1.5s, but I assume in the new gun, if they were to make an LV2, it would have the new solenoid that the CS2 comes with. Their own like custom solenoid. You're like, why would they do that? Why would they make an LV2 and then use old technology? Or like old stuff, you know? Yeah. Well, open segment. I think you said you have the M170R frame on it. I mean, I don't know if you're talking to me. I haven't actually like touched just the frame yet. I used and shot the M170R when I had it, but not just the frame yet. E-Tech 6, yeah, that's kind of what I would like. I mean, really, like, would you guys rather have a $1,500 gun or $700? You know, like, I would much rather see, like, a $700, $800 gun. Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong about the solenoid. You're right. I know, Jack. Well, I know they said that, but I don't think that they would be using the old solenoid on a new platform. You know what I mean? Like, they'd be changing the frame and the body and the bolt and everything except for the solenoid. That just doesn't make any sense. You know? It's just weird. The LV was not $1,000. It was certainly like $1,495 or something like that. You know? Yeah. So the reason, we're not seeing E-Tech 5s too was that solenoid. So E-Tech 5s kind of went away. And then the Planet Eclipse apparently found a bunch of E-Tech 5s somewhere. So they're back in stock some places, which is very weird. I'm like, how do you find a bunch of E-Tech 5s? I thought that was odd. I don't know. Andrew, we already talked about Chicago. Very briefly. Right here, your results. We talked about it for like 10 minutes. You can, if you want, when this is over, you can go back and watch that. I really like that price. I really like those, like, I don't know. I just like that price, that like mid-range price, because these mid-range guns have gotten so good. It's just difficult to like logically justify the reason to buy a high-end gun. There's just no point in it, you know? So I would like to see, just those less expensive models be more popular. Mm-hmm. Andrew, my bad. No, you're no bad. You're good. Yeah. I think that's kind of where we're kind of headed. Your video about the LV1 when it came out, I remember it being $999. And you were stoked that it wasn't $1,500. Yeah, the LV 1.5. But when the LV1 came out, that was for sure like $1,500. something like that. So like the tick version, the 1.5, yeah, it was $1,000 for sure. I was just thinking about like when the gun came out price, they had to have been $1,500. But I like that 1,000 price too. I do, man. Like I really do. I wish that we'd see more stuff in that 1,000 price. Saul, gee, I should revamp the Impulse, make it more modern. Yeah, I'm with you. I was a fan of the way the Impulse shot and the way it feels. It just broke a ton of paint. I mean, when the pro guys used that, they couldn't even shoot high-end paint, though. It's like, gosh, we can't even shoot the tournament paint, so it was terrible. Jack. So I got back into paintball a few months ago. Welcome back. Got a super good package deal on an Etha 2 Ninja Tank and the Spire 3. Jersey and all, $500. That's pretty good. Certainly good, man. Like the Etha 2, I mean, for $500, my first paintball tank was $400. Just my tank. So it's crazy to me that you can get all of that very, very good paintball equipment for $500. Crazy. How much to upgrade on Etha 2? Maybe barrel, maybe trigger. I wouldn't do anything. I think that one of the good things about these affordable guns is that they're kind of done. I think if you buy a $500 or $400 paintball gun and you spend $200 on a barrel kit, it's kind of crazy. That just seems very weird to me. And especially on that Etha 2. I mean, the Etha 2 barrels are very good, and I don't think there's really need or reason to upgrade. I think that the maybe only thing I would personally do would be the Planet Eclipse shaft FR back. So that FR back will allow you to put... You can kind of hear the dog snore. He quit. I was waiting for it. It'll allow you to put those inserts in that barrel back, so you can have a wide range of different barrel sizes. Yeah, I'm with you on hating the trigger on the Etha 2. It's not the greatest, but it's not that bad. I mean, there's definitely, yeah, the 170R or CS2 or whatever, those definitely have better triggers, but they're, twice or 4 times the price. Or like a third of the price. Yeah, second main phase. That's confusing. Yeah, he said that the magnetic trigger mod for the Etha 2 makes a world difference. Yeah, it does. It gets rid of that weird jiggly thing. I feel like on the Ethas, when you shoot them and the trigger is and it has this weird weird vibration thing. It definitely makes it I don't know, smooth, more consistent-y feeling. I don't know how to phrase that better. Why, Andy says, why would you get the 160R over the Etha 2? It has the same core. Spider EM1. I used to want an EM1 back in 2001. Good thing I didn't buy that piece of shit. So the reasons that I would buy the 160R over the Etha 2 is its smaller profile. So when this is a real thing. Hold on. Let's just grab the sniper. Okay. So we have this paintball gun right here, the Empire Sniper. So one advantage that some of these high-end guns have is that the trigger frame is higher in the body, right? So you get your hand closer to the top of the gun. So on the Etha, it's a little bit taller, so you get this taller stack. And I find that the closer I can get my hand right into the barrel, in line with the barrel, I just feel like I can shoot more accurately and I'm looking more down it and I'm more in line with the gun. They've also said that that'll reduce kick and recoil and stuff because you don't have as much as a pivot point. Since your hand's up higher, it kind of makes it harder for it to pivot. So that's one reason. I think getting my hand a little bit higher in the gun helps. That all aluminum feel is definitely nicer. You do get that OLED screen. I really like that air transfer pipe. I find that when air transfer pipe, I kind of hold the gun like this and push my hand on that air transfer pipe right there. And I think, honestly, get a little bit more feel and like control and stability over the gun when I'm like that. But yeah, essentially, yeah. They're both as reliable. They probably kick the exact same. Efficiency's the same. They're just as quiet, just as easy on paint. So all those like real big things that actually probably matter, yeah, they're the same. But that's, like I said earlier, right? It's gotten hard to justify these high-end guns because these mid-range or even the like lower-ish end mid-range stuff like the Etha 2 are so good. They're so good. So I don't know, it's yeah, there's better things about it, but it's not dramatically different. I don't know if asking me questions about the military. I don't know what's going on. Chill Dog says he misses Cockers and Shocker days. I don't. Those days sucked. Like, I mean, I could say we might miss the game style or whatever because that's when you started playing paintball, so it's like what you miss. But man, Cockers, the products are so much better now. Stuff's so much better. So much better. So, the Etha 2 is a good beginner speedball gun? Yeah, absolutely. I think that what I want for beginner players and what I think is important for beginner players is having stuff that just works, right? Having consistent equipment that's reliable and easy, and you just use it and go play paintball. And I think the Etha 2, out of all of the like higher end electronic good paintball guns, is probably going to be the most easy, user-friendly, reliable, whatever. Barney Trouble! I appreciate that, dude. It's okay late. It's a little slow tonight. The NFL's starting, so I always wonder if the NFL starts, what happens. I appreciate that. I was talking about it the other day. I actually mentioned you the other day, yeah, about a super chat comment you left, and I was confused by the grammar, and I was telling someone about it. I do much appreciate that stuff. Yeah. I don't know, my computer's wigging out. I didn't English good that night. No, it's okay. I think something auto-corrected and it like weirded a word out. I don't know. Anyway, I do appreciate it, man. I really do. I don't know. What else are we gonna talk about? I've managed to complete all of the things that I wanted to speak about. And that was First Strike stuff. Infamous stuff. NXL stuff. You know, I don't know what I was talking about. We had a mix-up with San Diego Aftermath. David Barga and Frank Atitamaso, I think I'm pronouncing that right, are leaving San Diego Aftermath. I don't know. Whatever. Like, does it matter? I mean, it matters to them and, like, maybe fans of the team, but, like, okay. Yep. It's not surprising. Like, I don't know. It just seems crazy to me. I don't know. So, like, whoever, it's like, it seems like, did you happen to see the pants Ronnie Dizon had in XL? No, I didn't. I saw that some of the infamous stuff, yeah, those HK joggers, I saw that Chad was wearing those. Chad Boucher was wearing those. Yeah. Yeah. They looked cool. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Aftermath. Like, it's like, yeah, crazy. Like, apparently, it's like, what I don't understand is how, like, maybe 20 years ago, like Mike Bruno, or like 10 years ago even, Mike Bruno was like a big deal with Aftershock, and he was like super helping that team. But I feel like he's just like pissed everybody off around him now. I feel like the game has changed, and Mike Bruno yelling and being an asshole to people is not very productive. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy that they have like him back to help, or like help Aftermath, and like it's just, dude, I don't know. It just seems like chaos. Yeah. So who knows? But yeah, like I don't know. Does it matter? I mean, Aftermath's still not going to be any good. They're not going to do any better or worse at tournaments now. So for us, from like just a viewer standpoint, like I don't know, I don't care. Like whatever. Like okay. I mean, that sucks for some of those guys that have like wanted to play pro for a long time, and then now they got there, and then it just kind of blows up and it gets all weird. But I don't know. It's always drama, just like Impact. Like I feel like something's happening with Impact. There were guys missing at practice, and like it's getting weird at Impact. Impact's not doing so well. I think like something's going on. Joy Division still plays the NXL Europe. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Aftermath. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah. But the weird thing is like, does anyone even care? You know? Does anyone actually care? That's what I want to do. That's a poll we're going to do. So on Instagram tomorrow, I'm going to put a poll up there. I'm going to be like, Aftermath roster shakeup and drama. Do you even care? Because really, it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but, you know. I mean, I just don't care about like all the like intricacies and all the like weirdness about teams. And it's difficult because we don't really know whatever happens in the first place. We hear like stories about stuff, or like someone said this and someone said this, and we never really get the truth. Or if we even need the truth, right? Like, I don't know what's happening, and that doesn't matter to me, right? Like, that's their life. If they want to not do paintball or whatever, great. You know? I don't know. We need better refs in divisional in the NXL. Yeah. Reffing sucks. I think the hardest part about reffing is it's so tiring, and they're out there like all day long, standing in that sun, right? It's by the time Sunday rolls around, you're like, let's just get the hell out of here. It's like, we've been reffing for like 50 hours straight. Let's get out of here. Maddie read a comment from a coach today when he was jabbering with John Dresser. Pretty funny stuff. I don't know. I missed that. One thing that I do try to do is not really use the internet that much. I use the internet obsessively, really, but I try to like not just stay on social media all day. So if it happens on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, like I don't know. I don't really see that stuff anymore. I have some like alerts and notifications set up on Facebook, so like if all of a company or some of the teams or players or whatever post stuff, it'll give me like a notification. But like other than that, like I don't know. I just don't like what is on Facebook that I want to see. Really, not a lot. What do you think about camera usage and angles in pro matches? I don't know. I think they're for the most part pretty bad. I definitely noticed that like in commentary, someone will be commentating on like, oh, they got to shoot the snake guy out, and then they'll like focus in on a guy shooting a lane at the snake guy, and then they'll like switch something else. You're like, what the hell are you doing? Like there was a perfect angle of like a snap battle, or like someone trying to hold someone in so you can like see both lanes. Like you're like looking down this guy shooting, and then they can switch to the other angle, and then they'll like switch to something else. You're like, whoa, what's going on over there? I mean, like that's the only good angle you have. Why are you switching to just a guy shooting? It's like a side angle of a guy shooting. I'm like, oh, what's going on? It's like, whoa, what is happening? That's frustrating. There was a time when it was super obvious, and there was like guys battling. There was like two guys battling and stuff. It was really good to watch, and then they're like, I don't know, go to something else. It's like, what is happening? Whoa, what happened there? Thomas, would be nice if they had any color consistency between different cameras. Yeah, I didn't notice that this time, and I'm all about that shit. I mean, look at this. I'm all about this audio and like getting good lighting, but I did not notice any like weird camera stuff. One thing that I will give them credit for is it's definitely gotten more consistent. Like, we definitely don't have dropouts in connections or any of that stuff. I think that for the most part, the NXL and Go Sports do a fairly good job, though. I don't have a problem really with the camera quality, consistency, start times. Like, I think a lot of stuff they do well. I think that it just needs like tweaking, but it's unfortunate that I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So yeah. The Super 7, I don't know. I did not see that. Those I watch those every once in a while. Mm-hmm. Second main phase. It's still funny to me. Cause like you're second, but the main. It reminds me of a power thing too. Should Pro Paintball be edited in post for the moment? Yeah, it should be 100%. Would it be better to have an edited rather than live? Yeah, 100%. So I think that what I would like to see is somewhat like the World Surf League, the WSL. So surfing is like one of the coolest and most boring sports in the world. If you actually go to a surf competition, you're just sitting there most of the time. Like 95% of the time, people aren't surfing. They're sitting in the water, just looking out into the ocean, waiting for waves to come. Just sitting there. Nothing's really happening, right? Not much is going on. So what the WSL does is they live stream the whole event, right? Just like the NXL would do, right? Commentary and everything. So if you want to watch live, you're more than welcome to. But every single heat they have, so the two guys, they edit that into like a 5-minute or 10-minute long segment where they just upload them to YouTube, right? So that whole heat that was 30 minutes long is now broken into like 5 or 10 minutes of only guys surfing. So it's not sitting around. I think that the NXL would benefit from that. You know, I think that trying to figure out a way for us to get like not 3 minutes, but like 10 to 15 minute long, like digestible match recaps would be a good idea. I know that that's a hard thing to do because it's a lot of work, right? You got to have people editing and all this stuff, but I think it'd be cool. So yeah, I don't know, Old Soul. I would like the MPPL. I would like that NPL editing. Like, let's not even do it live and just full post-production. I don't think that'll happen. So I think just editing up more digestible segments of these tournaments would be a good idea. The NXL, I did see on Instagram, definitely, NXL or Go Sports, definitely started uploading more clips from the tournament, which I really like. So I was a fan of it. Brian Trouble, I honestly can't sit through whole live games, but I do really love a good edited video of team matches through the weekend. Yeah, I'm with you. Or even an overall something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. That's why the only match that I can like honestly watch start to finish is the pro one, because the announcing's good. I feel like Todd and Matt actually sit down and like do a fantastic job. Yeah, it's fantastic. I think the finals are always good. It's just the rest of the thing kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. What's something I want to read? Andy keeps saying Empire vs. Ninja. I don't know much about cameras and such, but what about the use of 360 cameras and the ability to switch between cameras for subscribers? Would that be a viable option? As far as Go Sports, yeah, for sure. It wouldn't be too difficult. I think the real problem is money, right? I mean, we could always come up with like these fantastic ideas, and it's like I always complain or, you know, say things or whatever, but like it ultimately comes down to money, right? They could be watching this and be like, "Yep, he's 100% right," but we don't have the money, so it's not gonna happen. That's the part that sucks, right? Like, I think about it, and it's like those cameras would work, and then I'm like, yeah, 360 video takes so much encoding power, though. Like, it's crazy. I mean, 360 is like 8 cameras set up, you know? It's like a ton of cameras, but really only one. So it's a ton of processing. That's what made me think about the money. Because, like, yeah, they might want to do that, but dude, it's going to require like 5 new computers and way more bandwidth and way more electricity and like all this other stuff to be able to facilitate that extra workflow and added data that they have to deal with, though. So that's the problem. It's like the money, you know? It's like this. I would love to have 3 more cameras and like a whole studio and like all this stuff. But like, I don't got the money for that, you know? You guys could be watching and be like, that sucks. Why is he sitting right there? And like all this stuff. And it's like, well, yeah, you're right. But I don't got the money to change it, so. Yeah. But I do like, I like the idea of switching cameras. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know how it works right now. I'm not entirely sure how the encoding and all that stuff works, so I couldn't tell you if it's necessarily easy to implement. I mean, like, technically it's probably not too hard, but like whether it's feasible or reasonable to do, being able to switch cameras on the user end, I don't know. A Chili Dog, is Crystal Soy still playing? No, Chris is gone. He's been gone for some time. I mean, he's not gone. He probably played like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I think he's still playing Woods Ball. I mean, he's probably still playing the Woods Ball 10-man. Yeah, Philly just said. He's definitely not playing like pro, but I assume being playing that 10-man thing. I mean, most of Crystal Soy's friends are all paintball players, I think, so he's still around, just not as active as once before. What was his baseball stuff? Nature of the beast. We need baseball folks to back on the strike so ESPN has nothing to air but paintball. Pfft. Baseball? They ain't no football, man. You gotta get college football to strike. I don't know. Anyway, okay, guys. I'm gonna go. I wanna go take a nap. Or sleep. Okay. Go to sleep. Gentlemen, have a good evening. Yeah. I think Monday we'll probably see that Virtue Breakout Glove video. I just have to edit it and put it up. So maybe, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Probably Monday. Then I definitely want to do a Lux X video. Definitely going to have an HK Speed video. Looking around for other things. Maybe other products that are in here, but I don't know. I have no idea. DSR M3S video is going to come at some point too. I actually like the idea of that one. So, okay, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening.